One, two, three. Okay, there we go. The mic is on. Okay. Let's pause these things here. Hope everybody's doing well. My name is Hans. I'm simply a dude on the internet. None of this is ever financial advice. You might get wrecked just listening to me, so you need to listen to me at your own risk. Crypto is extremely dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. And yeah, welcome to Boring Town. We will be checking out charts, getting your questions, getting your requests. We can do whatever you guys like. I thought I would just check in and see if we see anything interesting in the charts or in the comments. Pretty sure everybody is bored, depressed, and not really intrigued to look at crypto at all. But either way, that's the time of the cycle we're in. It was all rosy and beautiful in March, and we've just been moving sideways and down for a significant amount of time. Let's see how long this has been. 158 days. So this can last for 6 months, this consolidation, especially if you get moves like these straight up that last for 768 days, 78 days. So to have a 6 month correction after something like that is really not to be is really not that unexpected actually. So what is 6 months? 6 months is 180. So this is your 6 months 180 bars, which would be the 10th of September. That's less than a month away. So the boredom and the time has really had people capitulate over here. This is 23 days left until a 6 month consolidation, which has been good. I mean, for us to have only had this general sideways movements, let's see here. How far deep did we go? A 32% retracement. I mean, in past cycles, I mean, look at the COVID dump, right? This is the narrative they sold us to start printing. 72% down, right? And you generally get very, very staunch retracements, even in bull markets. I mean, look even here. This consolidation, that was only 20%, but that was very, very early on. In 2015, there's a 40% retracement there. There's another 40% retracement there. I think this is also probably a... And not only that, there's another 40% there. Not only that, we haven't really retested the 61.8 the cycle at all. You can see previous cycles. I've talked about all of these points a lot previously. I'll just reiterate them to show you guys. We came back to the 61.8, right? I mean, and this happened multiple times. So we got it once there. To be fair, this was the first retracement. We got it once. Made new highs, gave you another retracement, so there was two there. 261.8 or golden ratio retracement. This one got close to it, but not a valid one. This one also got close to it. This retracement, not really even close. And I mean, after that, we really didn't have a 61.8 retracement because this is the bull market has already started, or your explosive wave, whatever you like to call it. Then you get your blow off top and the market comes back to the 61.8 and just repeats the cycle, right? Let's zoom in here a bit and see if that first retracement was. Yeah, so you get your bottom, you get your rally, retest of the 78.6 level, so once in the cycle already. That wasn't a new high, so it's not valid. Okay, and we'll just chug along and see if the market gave you a chance here before COVID happened. So no retracement there, but keep in mind we had two back here. One, oh, just one, never mind. just to give you an idea of these 61.8s do get retested, and we haven't really gotten it yet. I don't know if we are going to get it. What I'm trying to say is that there is some strength in this correction, right? Because we have not visited the 61.8 or had a really good value retracement as of yet. So this is the 61.8. You can see it. We retested it, but it plummeted right back down, right? So, but either way, my point is we got this retest. I mean, we're trailing up here literally, right, at the 50. We haven't really even seen anything like this cycle yet. And after that, you don't get to that retracement. But the institutions do bring these things back at least once, right? You might say that they missed the retracement and they brought it back, right? Either way, didn't get to the 61.8 here. And everybody, I mean, look how deep we got, right? And people thought that this was the end of the cycle. I mean, Richard Hart called the top up here. And it went up to create its final fifth wave here. Which then, I mean, it came to the 61.8 and just fell through. There you go, a new cycle starts. And just to show you guys, this cycle, we haven't really done that retracement. I mean, to be fair, right, that was the only chance it gave you, like really early in the cycle. Maybe this one here as well. Okay, a little bit close. So it gave it you. To be fair, it did give us it once, right? And from there, it's just up only. But after that, it never really gave us a chance. Stopped before the 61.8. Stopped before the 61.8. You know, after this consolidation, it's been really a mild retracements for, if you look at Bitcoin's past performance, right? And this is where we are right now. Bouncing off the 38.2. I mean, we never even got to the 50%. I was drawing it here in this previous cycle at the 50%. Not even close to that. So very mild retracement, especially after a massive move like this. Does this, so there's different ways to look at this. Does this mean this is very bearish? The fact that we haven't really had a retracement and this is a start of a larger retracement? Or people will tell you this is the reset of the cycle is over, right? If the cycle is over, you're looking at these 78.6 level and 88% retracement, because this is what they've done in previous cycles, right? BTC always in its bear market does a 78.6% retracement. You can see here, if I just remove this. I mean, just to make it a little bit easier, I'll remove the other fib levels. So we are just interested in those. And I'll remove the 50% as well. BTC does at least a 78.6% retracement in a bear market. And you can see how it found support from this cycle. And this is how you measure each cycle, from the low to the high. You get your retracement levels. A granny would blindly buy these retracement levels. Like, even if he bought the 28,000 blindly, he would have his double already and a free position in this market. And if he bought the 78.6 level, which he blindly should, he should have equal orders at all of these levels and the 88.6 level. Doesn't mean he will get filled, right? But he got both of his orders filled, and this is where profit taking is happening, right? This is these guys that are in free positions, right? It's natural for them to, you know, take some profits here. And we're seeing that move here. It's taking some time to play out, but this is a very fast move. I mean, they took a bit of profits here, maybe a little bit here. Yeah, so it's very natural to have seen this consolidation here. Diamond hand degenerate, what's up, dude? Harry. Pip Sniper calling the bottom on the coins up only. No, he's not calling the lows. He has multiple scenarios shown out for you where Sota is calling for these lower prices to get hit. I mean, this like these I'm saying intraday movements, intra-weekly movements. I mean, why are we concerned about that? Are we leverage trading on fame? It really doesn't matter. It's like Salmi said in one of his previous videos. Like, these things can reverse and do a 3x very, very quickly, leaving you behind, right? Yeah, so Sota's looking for lower prices. Pip Sniper's not calling lows. He has different scenarios. Should I pull it up quickly here? Just kind of explain to you guys what's going on here. Let's see Pip. Oh, here he's posts a lot, right? I'll go versus p-hex, e-hex. Yeah, you could see his different scenarios here. Either we have a retest of the 4,244 for e-hex and then rally, or you can go as low as this. So you see there's two scenarios pointed out here. It's technically not calling the bottom, right? Ink the same. There's your two scenarios, right? Either sweep to 1.376 and then rally up, or rally now, or a little bit lower, it seems like he's pointing to there. PLS oversold AF, which is very true. There's your two different scenarios, right? It's not technically calling the lows. PLSX as well, three different scenarios, right? Yeah, interesting. I was trying to say something. Yeah, don't be too concerned with these short-term moves, right? Things it just distracts you from life, I would say. Just sit on spot and get the coins that you like and hold till the end, I guess. I think it means outlandish gains this cycle. Good. I mean, you would like to see absolute depression like this if you want to see crazy gains to the upside, right? It just feels better, the fact that we had to suffer a little bit so we can get those insane gains. Good day, Hans. What's up, Access? Early morning, 4 a.m. here in the States. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We shitcoining this morning? If so, we'd love to see a forecast on Access chart to add to the catalog. Yeah, sure. We can look at that. I think we've covered pretty much. Yeah, so pretty much the only thing that I have here and that's in my mind's eye is I'm waiting for September or October at least for this to move out of here to all-time highs. Actually, Hiki wanted to look at gold because it seems like gold is breaking out. Yeah, again, all-time highs. Wow. We should have bought gold. See what the indicators are saying. Yeah, I mean this is strong bearish divergence on the monthly. Now it's not confirmed, right? But you can clearly see that indicator is lower while price action is higher. Let's look at other times that this same divergence played out. Now you look at this, like, and I always tell you guys, like, divergences take a long time to play out. This is the first divergence that happened. It went ahead and made a new high, but then formed a divergence from this peak to this peak. And that is a lot of gains. That's from 1500 all the way to 2000 if you sold on this first divergence. And this was the actual divergence that formed. You can see how oversold that is. So this can easily just dump down here and then go ahead and make a new high, which would look something like this, right? That's a little bit too high because we need a divergence like that. Imagine this was lower, right? And so, I mean, this can still go to 3000 if we just use that same measurement we just did. Could this be good for crypto? I do think so. This is anti-fiat, right? So BTC is very much an anti-fiat trade if you're looking for narratives. And let's see if we can see some extensions to see how high it went here. 61.8, which is your next target. Yeah, it's 2,800 level. This is definitely not an area to be going along here, right? If you're a value investor. I mean, if you're a swing trader, that's something different. You would have probably taken, there's a W here. It's not the prettiest W. Either way, let's quickly go through the macro to see. So inflation's just chilling here around the breakdown point. We need this to fail here to chop lower. So those are your raw materials, right? Bitcoin dominance continues higher. This probably goes to 60%. It's just there. It's been diverging for weeks, and not only on the weekly, it's not on the monthly, but this is the highest this monthly has ever been, higher than these peaks here while price action is lower. That's hidden bearish divergence because there's a lot more room to move to the downside, yet the price action hasn't even made it to its previous highs. So that's very, very good for the altcoins. It's taken a lot to get up here, but this move is not finished yet, and it's never good to get in front of something that's breaking out and trending like this, right? You always stay on the side of the trend, which probably tells you shouldn't be allocating to altcoins just yet. You need to see bearish market structure, which would be an M, right? You already have the first M here, but this can obviously easier go higher very easily, or you can just, if it breaks below that level, right? It's only confirmed then, which is a lot of room. Yeah, they're already, the Bitcoin maxis are already celebrating the death of altcoins and dancing on our graves. That is generally what you want to see, but there's probably one more move left in this. I don't know if it's a strong, it's most likely, what I would love to see is a strong rally in BTC, and BTC leaving the altcoins behind, right? That would show I lost my train of thought either way. Well, yeah, what I wanted to see is rather a strong rally instead of a strong dump. Because I mean, many of these altcoins, like I was looking at one of these, like I mean, these are literally tethering on their lows. The same with Pulse Chain, right? This is also a decentralized exchange partnered with Binance. I mean, many of the weaker altcoins are literally at their lows, and you don't really want to lose these lows, especially if you've built an accumulation range like this. Looks a lot like Pulse, right? Like Pulse Chain. I mean, where's the indicate the RSI is at 36? Let's actually pull up PLS here. What's that weekly? Yeah, I mean, it's just as oversold as these other altcoins that are revisiting their lows, hey? 34.61, 34.57. Was that lower? 34. Yeah, I mean, we actually lost that bullish doves here. That would have been awesome if we had weekly bullish divergence. That's unfortunate. Either way, it's not the end of the world. It's just really holding on to these areas. Okay. I don't want to waste your time. So if you guys do have requests like access, I'll get to those. So I don't, especially you guys that it's late in the US, probably don't want to wait for me to get to all of this. So I'll do them first. Okay, access here. I'm looking for the price chart with the most history. Let's just see. I think it is this one, but that's 9mm. 484. This one, 1 year and 21 days. The liquidity really doesn't matter. We kind of okay, clean chart. Here we go. From the lows to the highs, I mean, you're in value, right? You're very, very undervalued. You're down 88% from the highs, which is natural because everything has been taking punishment versus BTC. We'll do a USD analysis first. Let's pull up some indicators. I mean, if we want to be really brutal, we should look at on balance volume. I mean, this is fine, right? This has just been volume flowing in here. What you don't want to see is just a downtrend in the volume. You've got hidden bullish divergence here. Price action is higher. Hit the indicator reset. So there's hidden bullish divergence, and that's on the weekly. But generally, hidden bullish divergence is not enough to reverse the price. You want to see strong bullish divergence first. I mean, you do have a small little W there on the daily. You can see it on the line chart very, very clearly, and it's valid because the second one was higher. And that was enough to rally the price here, but I can't chase it here, right? So I need to go from the W, pull up a retracement tool, and if I wanted to get in, that's where I'm allowed to do it. Obviously, in the macro view of things, if you don't mind sitting on this for a while, it is valid. But we're looking for real value. We're looking for value not only in the macro, but on the micro as well. So you're looking to maybe get some here, but I don't know if it's going to give you a chance, right? This is just where value is at on the micro and the macro view of things, right? You can easily just go higher here, and we can look at the indicators for a kind of indication. You're pretty high. There's no bearish doves. There's a little bit of bearish doves from back here, but I don't know if that is still in play because price action is higher, yet the indicators are also higher. So you have a divergence here. Price action is lower, but it took more momentum to get the price up there. That's on the short term. This is why you always look for a retracement after you had a sudden rally like this, right? So it's going to come back to value down here, and that's where I would pick some up. And I'll just draw it in. It's going to come down, create a little W, and that's that. Let's look at it versus PLS. Pretty little line chart, not going to lie. Bullish engulfing on the monthly. If it can close like that, even that would be good, right? You can see the previous bullish engulfing candle. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly RSI momentum's like in the middle of nowhere, really. It doesn't really, it's in the bullish control zone, so take that with so pretty high here on the RSI versus PLS. This was kind of a valid W, but so obviously someone stepped in here, right? And then you had a small little W there. Yeah, so that's a valid W. I can just wait for a retracement here, right? Excuse those dogs. I'm just going to close my door. Yeah, the PLSX axis. Okay, yeah, this is the one I'm on now. 3 a.m. in Alabama, and I could watch you for hours. That's great, dude. Up X token, yeah, we'll look at that. There's about 450k in rapid pulse backing across the 4 dexes. That's pretty insane. So, I mean, this is V2, so there's 47k PLS support there. This is V2. So there is 1500 solid X, but I don't like counting obscure pairs with each other because then you have to go to solid X, but solid X also has pretty good liquidity the last time I checked. So there's 100k here, but this is V3, so you have to check if there is support below the price down here. And this is very, very normal. People love to put orders above the price. They hate supporting the price. And that is why I'm kind of disliking V3. these days. The positive of the fact is that there is very little PLS supporting the price. It forces those guys that want to sell on the lows, that really want to exit for some reason, to really take slippage and reset the chart nicely, right? There's another pair here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're probably right. You're obviously, it's your coin. You won't be lying about the amount of support there is for the price action. Okay, so pretty much to summarize that, always look for the pair with the most data. You can see here 4 months, 1 year, 21 days. Yeah, a little bit high on the short term. Overall, it's in value. A little bit of a pullback on the shorter term. That will also create a beautiful weekly W. So you technically do have a daily W here. And not only that, there's a small W in here as well. So you do have the structure to bottom this chart. This was unfortunately a V bottom, right? Because someone defended the price here, defended it again here, and then did this. So it does need a little bit of a pullback. It's going to retest these levels to see if the buyers step in here. And then that would be a beautiful weekly W. So you got the 3-day W there, and this is already broken out, right? Just to, maybe it even just retest that, but I don't like that wick. Maybe it comes down to the body. There's no bulldoves on any of the charts, really. Yeah, so there you go. P-die bottom is in, Ryan. Let's actually look at that. 41 million market cap. Actually, let's look at it versus USD quickly. This is the weekly. You have hidden bullish divergence, a quite large one. Price action is higher from down here, yet the indicators is higher. It's not enough to reverse the price, but it can, right? It can reverse the price. Beautiful little W coming in here. You're at least starting to move sideways, right? You are out of the downtrend at least. Let's, I mean, we're not going to wait for that downtrend to end. The 3-day has hidden bullish divergence. Its price action is still higher, yet the indications are lower here. 35.51. So this is lower. There was no bulldoves that came in there. I mean, as soon as this breaks on that 2000, the 2 cent area breaks, I mean, I can't fault the granny for going along here because that is inside the reload zone, and we need 3 reasons to go long, right? We need some kind of bullish divergence, and I mean, I can massage this, and we're probably going to see on divergence on MACD, right? Yeah, price action is lower. Check out, this is going to cross now on the 3-day. So Ryan, it does look like you are right. You have the beautiful tight little W there. You can see the massive wicks as people are buying this up here. Bullish divergence, we have location, which is, it's cheap, it's inside the reload zone. Now we just need market structure, which is a W, a break of this W. And then I literally can't fault the granny if she wanted to put 5% of our portfolio in something like this. Now, do be cognizant of the fact that this is 41 million, right, market cap. I don't really mind market cap that much because I'm taking my profits at 50% back into PLS, right? Now, the weekly does need a little bit of time here. Like if this was to do like this in the next few months, right, something like that, and then breaks out, I mean, that would be powerful because you can see the same market structure you formed in the previous consolidation, right? This is what you want to see. And if I put on the line chart, you can see the clear W here, right? This was the ultimate low, rallied, made a higher low, and just like that, that was all it gave you, and off it went, right? Either way, this is so cheap. This is down 78% from the highs. If the granny wanted to put in a small percentage here, like I can't fault her. So that's versus USD. Let's see what the PLS. When PLS starts moving up against USD, I expect Access USD2 price to amplify to the upside. Yeah, I mean, if your coin just literally just needs to hold on to its PLS value, and the USD value will skyrocket. But generally, if the L1 rallies, the other coins kind of struggle to hold on because people are trying to chase the move, right? So they don't like as soon as they seal their PLS pair. What they do is generally this is how they do it. They'll go to an exchange and constantly check every day. They don't look at the charts. They look at how much PLS they will get for their amount that they have pasted in the sell side, right? So they'll do that every day, and they just see every day their PLS is getting less and less and less, and they're like, they know they should outperform PLS, and that's when they start to panic and to sell back into PLS just to chase it. But they're not looking at the chart, so they don't know if their timing is right. They're just going off pure emotion, right? I'm losing PLS value, PLS for the stack I had. I don't know why I brought that up either way. We're just having fun, right? Die here. W, breakout. The PLS pair looks kind of strange. But it is left value. I mean, I told you guys down here that this is where value is at, and it's just popped out of here. And this is the lowest the RSI and the daily has ever been. These are tropa pairs. I don't know if it is because of the ARB arbing between them that causes this RSI to always be like this high. It just moves very, very quickly to the upside. Either way, it's given you value. That is a V bottom on, right? You see the V bottom on the line chart, right? Maybe like the best thing that could happen here, honestly, is just that small little W to form the same W that you had down here. Just a small, quick one. It doesn't have to last long. It's just testing these sellers, right? If the buyers outlast, you can say, or outlast the sellers, because this is this last selling spree, and it gets defended by the buyers, and that's how you get your higher low. Is pretty much the sellers have been exhausted, and the buyers, that ratio between the two has flipped. I don't know if this is the only thing that's going to get you. I can't chase it anymore. I did get some inside the reload zone. You know, I do think we do get another chance here. A slight pullback. Little bit too expensive here, and you might be right. It might have bottomed. Diamond Hands Degenerate says, I think it means outlandish against the cycle. Yeah, to come back to the fact that BTC is like consolidating here very, very powerfully, not doing its normal huge retracements that it's done in the past. I do also think this shows a little bit of strength here. There's some hidden bullish divergence that's formed there if you use the candlestick chart. Just point it out for you here. Strong hidden bullish divergence, right? Hidden bullish divergence generally means that the trend continues. And the trend here is up, right? You've got a low, a higher 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 low. And wherever this low comes in, it will still be higher. If we just close higher than that, it will still be an uptrend, is what I'm trying to say, if it closes above that level. We talked about Coinbase, right? It's a good indication of what's going on in the crypto market. And the chart trades a little bit cleaner. I mean, this is hidden bull doves all the way from back here, because this RSI has made new lows yet the price action is much, much higher than we were here. So it's created all of this space, like all of this space from here to here. This is pretty much 100%, 180% of free space that has been created. Like all of that momentum to take us higher, right? And this was bearish market structure. You can see the measured move. It's this pink line here from the high to the breakout level. And then we just paste it there at the breakout level for a measured move. Charts are very, very symmetrical. So moves to the upside tend to continue, or move to the downsides tend to extend one-to-one to the downside. And I'm getting very, very technical, but I honestly don't know how else to do this. Yeah, the important thing here is we are trading above the breakout zone. So this is a classical bear trap, right? Perfect market structure break. And I mean, you've trapped the bears here. They were in these, and they might get stopped out. I don't know where their stop loss is. I can show you guys where their stop loss is. Short position, so you enter it right at the break of the, or you can wait for a retest. It's probably best in the bull market to wait for a retest, especially if you've got bearish price targets in a bull market. And then you want a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. You can see the risk to reward ratio change there. And you always want a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. That is that. So you're going to win double the amount of that you're willing to lose here, right? This is a 22% risk for this trade. That means now no one in their right mind is willing to risk 22% of their trading portfolio. So what you have to do is you have to cut your portfolio down by, divided by 4. Right, if this was like 2%, that's where leverage comes into play. But this is a large move. Yeah, and the price was never met. Their stop loss is here at 241. So you can just imagine there's a lot of people with stop losses here. And if your stop loss get hit, you technically have to buy, and this then accelerates the price to the upside, and that's what makes new highs, right? As there's a lot of liquidity sitting here. And the market makers just love going after these things. So that's trading. The reason why I show you these things is because trading is exceptionally dangerous. It's complicated. It is lots of planning, lots of risk management, and yeah, risky if you don't know what you're doing. So to conclude Coinbase and the overall look for the market, this is bullish, right? We've reset these indicators. We've gotten above bearish market structure. That's very good. I have Dogecoin up here to give us an indication of the altcoin market. This is the weekly. Pretty much you're back in value. So we'll just do the full analysis. Overall, you're well below the reload zone. So we have location. Do we have bullish divergences? We had bullish divergences. I mean, let's look at the OBV. It's a much, much clearer indicator. Where was this bottom? I mean, okay, so we have hidden bullish divergence here. I mean, look how much volume is continuing to flow in here. We do have your weekly W. There you go. That's your weekly W, right? Even if you missed this, right? You're not allowed to chase this, right? Like this is the breakout level. You've missed it. It's run up. You just need to be patient, right? And what do we do if we need to be patient? We need to pull up our fib tool, right? To see where value for this asset is. We have bullish market structure. You see the large weekly W, a break of that. And this is pretty much for that long-term swing trader, which I am. I would have been buying these things hand over fist here, right into the reload zone. You had your weekly W. You're pretty much sitting on a sign of strength, which is the Wyckoff retest of the previous breakout level. It's very, very clear. And this is where they're buying these things. And when everybody is scared, right? No one wants to touch this. No one will publicly say they're buying here. I mean, this went all the way back to here. I do not see how we could get this lackluster rally with a massive consolidation and accumulation range that we had back here. Look how long this lasted. finally broke there. That's 623 days of accumulation, right? And this then breaks out because the sellers run out. These guys that bought down here now starting to take profits. And this is now once again, a battle between the bulls or the buyers and the sellers. Are there buyers here in this area that acted as accumulation? Right, these are these guys that accumulated all the way back here. They need to be stepping into the price action here, because if they found value for this asset back here, surely they will see it valuable again here. And you can see the massive candlestick on the weekly there, how much supply or how much buying there was. It just wicked the price out of that area, this accumulation range. Dollar has been weak, and it's all the rage, which probably tells us it's pretty close to a bottom, at least in the short term. I'm looking for this to at least test the 93. Because that was the previous little W we had. I mean, these charts are so cliche, right? You need to retest this W eventually. I don't know when it happens or if it's going to happen. That's just what I'm looking at. They sound crazy. I mean, this monthly has a lot of room to the downside. It's at 48, and the previous time it bottomed out was at 33, and this is the weekly scale. Is this now breaking down on the... That's 48.10, 48.15, so just literally hanging on by a thread. And there are some major breakdown levels here. This is the first one here, and you can see it on the short term. Massive M here. Let's just remove that one. You can see the massive McDonald's M here, right? And as soon as it breaks below that 100 area, that's really, really good for risk assets. Can you believe it? Just like that, the S&P is almost back to all-time highs. Right at the bottom, all of you heard about the Japanese carry trade. Woo! And that was the bottom. Everybody was experts. They've never heard about the Japanese trade before that, but they were all experts at the bottom of that retracement. Very, very powerful candle on the weekly there. Not only that, massive bullish engulfing candle. I mean, this market is going much, much higher. That's the ES. That's the God market, right? ETH versus BTC. I don't know if you guys can hear that child screaming in the background. I should get back to your requests. Get a little bit, but we've got a lot of time. I don't mind. Up X. Let's see what's going on here. There's been a kind of a disappointment this because I missed this initial run, and I stayed patient and waited for my time to buy it. But this is all the way back to the accumulation range. I think this was a sacrifice. I'm not sure. But it was requested a lot back then. And only now. I haven't seen someone request this at all yet. There. I mean, the volume is still higher than what it was back here, which is interesting. So, could be a little bit of irrational selling going on here. RSI, I mean, I wish this would have been oversold by now on the weekly on your RSI. I mean, there's some bull devs all the way from back here on volume, but this recently made a new low. So I mean, we really can't really look at this just yet. You're right back to where it started, right? And I don't know if the sacrificers had better entries than these guys back here. Most likely they did. This is going lower again. You're gonna have to continually request me to take a look at these, because I mean, to be fair, you've made a bottom. This needs to show some strength here. It looks like it wants to roll over again. Make a peak, roll over and defend your low. When that then breaks above, you can be very, very patient. There's no reason to be catching a falling knife here, especially if you want to allocate a larger percentage to something like this. But you do have some positive signs here. Lots of bullish divergence drives on the OBV, and the OBV is a very important indicator as this shows volume, right? Volume is by far the most important thing. Let's quickly look at up. I think up has lost its lows because this is a little bit weaker because this is based on PL. It's actually holding up. So it's made new lows already back here. And you can see that I wanted to see a W. He never got above that breakout level, unfortunately. He tested it a few times, then failed. You would think that the up X, seeing as Pulse Chain or Pulse X is the flavor of the month, you would expect that one to perform better. You see, markets really don't like V bottoms. You see how those candlesticks are lower, but technically on the daily, on the line chart, that was a valid W. Not pretty, but valid. You know, you probably just retested that. Firestarter, what's up, dude? Do you just do charting on PLS? No, I'll literally look at any coin. Right, I buy anything that's in value. Do you think Tetra has bottomed out? Our recent big seller is out. Small little W down here. Very, very oversold. You can see the... there is a W here. Probably retest that. Indicators have never been this oversold. 3 days never been this oversold. Weekly. That's fine. I'm just going to look at these as a rapid pulse because otherwise we're going to have to do... Oof. It's unfortunately a V-bottom, right? You see it? So it's going to at least retest to that level there. This was the low. You've not made a new higher high. You can see it here. Oh, you have actually. So you can see, I mean, this is a very, very strong bearish divergence. You can see how high the indicators are. Yet you've made a slightly new higher high here. And you're now falling below it again. Not yet. It's finding it as support. Right, markets don't like V-bottoms. It's going to retest its bottom. And then you want to see a higher low. There's no rush here. Just wait for clear W's. So something like this, right? This will then be a large weekly W. You know, it can go much higher here, but it's much better to just build the good market structure here. The dome chart just keeps going up. Is it too good? I mean, is it too good? There's nothing wrong with going up, right? Especially if I'm in something like this. And I'm in this, right? I've already sold halves and doubles. I mean, this is the highest okay, so it's getting there. It looks very unsustainable, just up only. Please don't go chase this, guys. Literally, I got it at the lows here. I'm already in a free position in this. But I don't know how high this goes. I mean, this can start turning parabolic and revisiting these highs. But the RSI is very high. There's no bearish divergence just yet. But you can't chase this, right? You should have a profit-taking strategy. If you're just holding meme coins or altcoins till the end of the bull market, I have no problem with that. They tend to outperform, but you really need to pick the right ones. And you need to DCA new money in to allocate to new launches, etc., and new opportunities. So with that caveat out of the way, beautiful little W down there, and you've been rallying off. I don't know what to say here. It's too late to chase this because you might just be buying the top. And I remember it was probably you who asked me on Twitter about it, and I said I've sold half on a double, and you said that you think it's going to go higher. And that is why I always leave 50% in the market. And I'm going to check after the show if I have another double on this, and if I do, I'm going to take my profits. I mean, I have no idea what this is. The only thing higher than the moon is oh, this is the flat Earth. Great stuff. Yeah, for you guys that don't know, flat earthers believe that there is a dome structure above the plane of the Earth, and the Bible refers to it, and they say that the firmament is what it's referring to. It's in Genesis. You can go look at that. And the moon and the stars and the sun you can see rotate within this dome. And the dome is filled with water. That's why the belief the sky is blue. I mean, this is pretty cool. Because look at these graphics and stuff. I mean, I've no idea who does it. And there you go. But once again, I won't chase this here. My word, it's way too high. 3-day, let's see what the weekly is showing us. Straight up. It doesn't look like it's the high just yet. I mean, really, your fib resistance levels are only up here. But it did go down a lot, right? Which was healthy, and it's just beautiful run up there. Oh, the airdrop is why it dropped 90%. This is why I suggested it on this show. There are about 100,000 daily users on that app linked to Dome. So I really need to look into it because I have no idea what is going on here. Domeshot.io. It is really interesting that there's so many communities building on Pulse Chain that we don't even have an idea of, right? And that's actually so cool. Because I mean, many people on Twitter in the community don't have no idea about these coins that I chart on our shows, right? They're just kind of like, and this is where the fun is at. I might be a little bit biased because I know how to trade these things, but this is where all the fun is at. This is a 270k market cap coin. I mean, you can go into distribution and be all fancy about it. This is paired against PLSX. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Just that I won't chase it here. It's probably at the 50% retracement. It probably goes much higher than this, then rolls over. But I can't chase it yet. And I'm going to look if I'm up on another double and sell that another half, another 50%. And I always leave 50% in the market because you don't know how high these things can go. I mean, this is a beautiful correction. It can, if this breaks its all-time highs, I mean, this is going to a 10 million market cap, right? Now I'm FOMOing you guys, and I don't like that. Well, I also do PDGC. Up 6% on the day. This chart has never given me a chance, ever. I mean, if you're valuing your coins versus USD or you're DCAing with new USD, I mean, that's absolutely beautiful. You can see these rounding bottoms here, right? And as soon as it breaks above this, it's going to go. I just know this is going to perform well, and it's never, ever given me a chance. I'm pretty bleak about that. Look, it's flirting with its all-time highs here. But this is way too high for me. You can see it's never given me a chance. I think probably had a chance down here, but didn't know about it. Bleak, this is one of the few ones that I've actually missed completely. There is so much going on Pulse Chain, right? I always laugh at people when they bring up this, or how far below we are all of these stop coins. Like, firstly, there is a lot of wash trading going on these things. Like BSC is known for faking volume, not only on their exchange but on their on chain as well. And it's very easy to move coins. Richard Hart can rocket this up with just the stack he has, just by. I don't know how he would do it without moving the price. Either way, my point is pretty much we're right here below Fandom. Fandom has been a major player in crypto for a long time. You cannot tell me that Sui is doing more. Like, where are these people that are doing volume on these trades? Like, I played with Sui to get the airdrop, but this was pre bear market even, and I didn't get the airdrop because the airdrop season was a shit show. Ton, I've played on Ton. What is linear? What is blast? I played with Scroll also before the launch and on the testnet and everything. Didn't get an airdrop for that one as well. But pretty much my point is, look at all of these look at all of these ecosystems below us. Right? There's a direct fork of Ethereum here, and we're well above it. Like, look at all these coins down here. Harmony One, Degen Chain, right? Ethereum Classic, Filecoin, right? Promoted by Arthur Hayes. Syscoin down here. This has been trading for 8 years. I mean, look at everything that's below us. And we're a brand new ecosystem, crowd-funded. Literally, anyway, those coins that are above us, just phantom. Honestly, I only think the most organic one here is Ethereum and Base and Ton and FTM, which is literally just above us. Because I've used all of these chains, but there's nothing there. There's no edge there. Like, I tried to find an edge on Solana, and unless I'm launching meme coins on Solana, there's no edge. But then I need to steal a lot of my followers from Pulse Chain to go over to Solana, like the Gophers guys did. But I'm not willing to do that. And that's the only edge that I found there. And I've not launched a meme coin on that. Aptos, there is no way Aptos is outperforming us. Let's look at a market cap coin here. It's all Aptos. These are all these are all main pairs, right? No meme coins, nothing like that. The first 9 coins are all the main coin, just with different pairs, right? Then Cake, PancakeSwap. PancakeSwap is BSC, right? So it's not an original. Here's the first thing: Apt, Aminus Aptus coin. This is probably like a DAO. These weird farming coins, they always look like this. We'll actually just look at that. And there's another pair of that. There's another Aminus Aptus coin. These are all farming coins. USDC stable coins. Staked Aptos token. No memes, no cool ecosystems, nothing funny, nothing flat earth community, nothing like that. I mean, no aliens, no grannies, no oranges, nothing. It's just There's Doodoo. Maybe Doodoo is a meme coin. This is the first one I've seen. This is the liquidity. 12 million liquidity. You're probably, are you joking me? Man? Look at our PLSX pairs. I mean, look at the liquidity on this thing. This is Pulse, and it's got 13 million just in one pair of buy support there. What is this? Yeah, this looks like a meme coin. There we go. We found a meme coin on Aptos. 2,400. 1.4 million market cap, right? The teddy bear ecosystem just destroys this. I mean, this is a lot of work. How large did it get? This got as high as 9 million. I mean, Dick with Butt outperformed it. Like, I'm so sick of the hate. But I mean, these guys on Twitter, right? These people that are in the ecosystem are, how do I say this in a nice way? They know absolutely nothing. They really do know nothing. Okay, we went on a little bit of an interesting tangent there. So PTGC, just to summarize that, is like, I can't chase it versus PLS there. If you're dollar cost averaging, you're getting it in value, and if you're valuing your coins versus USD, you are. But I can't chase it that high, and it's probably going to make a new all-time high versus PLS here, and I'll just show you guys. But that's going to form strong bearish divergence. Right. I mean, it's already forming, because if you put it on the line chart, if it closes the weekly here, this is the highest close it's ever been. But you can see the downtrend on PLS here, right? So I would definitely not swap my PLS for this year. Because that's, I mean, just bearish divergence after bearish divergence. Was this the only dip you're going to get? Either way, I can't chase it up there. But if you're in this, I mean, well done. I mean, especially if you've rode it up from the lows here. And it did. It gave you a chance, right, to get in. Very, very early on. And I never took it. But this is a pretty chart. I'm not going to lie. The USD chart looks beautiful. And honestly, this looks like the same market structure that it's forming here. And I'll just show you guys. You see this? This looks a lot like what is happening down there. You can see the clear W that it formed. And it's now forming another one. Versus USD, yeah. But versus PLS, I can't be swapping my PLS for this, because it's up here. Oh, any chance of a little louder? I'm so sorry, guys. Let me see if I can put up my volume on my microphone. Here we go. Input. I maxed it out. It's going to be a lot louder now. Maybe not that loud, a little bit lower. There we go. Sorry about that. Just ask me if you want it a little bit higher or not. I don't know why my PC does that. Like, I had to select the microphone and everything in my OBS. Okay, so let's read through this. There are over 100,000 daily users on the app linked to Dome. Get that app for $3 and you will see it has a lot of features. True, the Earth is flat, covered by a firmament. It has a Tinder for flat Earth people and global Zoom calls, etc. Okay, so they have a working product. Why are they building on Pulse Chain? Do they have other ecosystems they're building on? Alien. I have Alien up here. Oh, you know what? I did buy some, actually. It's a reflection token. Is this part of the Alien, the gray currency ecosystem? Can someone answer me on that? Is Alien also part of... It does look like it, eh? Wow, look at that. I do have some of this. This is actually giving me a chance, which is good. Let's look at it versus PLS. I think Alien is spared to that ecosystem. Last time PLS did a Forex, it did. Oh, I do follow him. Okay. Let's take a look at this. It's taken a lot to get out of this area here. So, I mean, you're going to retest these lows. It's a V bottom. I'll probably get some there. Hopefully it's bottomed by then. Let's check out the weekly. A little bit high on the weekly. That is the reflection tokens. It is better louder. Okay. Yeah, I'll just have it super loud so you guys can turn it down your side. One of the few coins I never bought yet. Yeah, I'd probably also wait for a little bit of pullback here. It's already started its pullback. But if you're going to buy these coins before we have confidence in the market, do be prepared to be buying the lower levels, right? Because it might just give you those chances. But I mean, you're not buying the highs here. You're down like 70% from the highs, which is good. I have already bought some of this somewhere in the reload zone, probably a little bit higher, but I just wait for my doubles. Is a hexagon that build it? I think Alien is spared with that ecosystem. Okay, I'm at the bottom of the chat. You guys can throw in requests. I'll just go through the watch list quickly and then we'll end this live stream here. This is the 4 hour on Pulse. Looks like it actually wants to roll over here a little bit. But this is an uptrend technically. We did have a V bottom. I would prefer for us to retest the 61.8 before going higher. I mean, you might just probably get it by the end of this week. So I'm trying to look for bearish structure because everybody's calling for lower prices. I mean, right, there's your bearish market structure. If you start closing candles below that 3,541 area, you do have a measured move. Okay, I'm really trying to find something bearish here. That takes you to new lows, unfortunately. So what would we like to see? It's not the prettiest W. I would have liked for this to come a little bit lower. I mean, just defend these lows. That's all we need to see, is just defend these lows. And the longer we can move sideways here, the better. There's bullish divergences on all time frames. Not on the weekly, unfortunately. It seems like the weekly didn't give us that bull devs. But then again, there is bull devs from here to here, yet price action is still lower. I mean, we can massage this all day long and try and find many bull devs everywhere. This RSI on the monthly is at 37. This is where these altcoins tend to bottom. We still have major support levels that are still holding. This 3,580 level. Let me just remove that. You can see that is where the price action opened for PLS. This is where the price action started. It acted as support once, twice, and now for a third time, right? The monthly needs to hold above this level, please. Yeah, and if it does, that's the absolute perfect double bottom that you have here, right? But it needs to, right? Nice little rounded bottom, the same nice little rounded bottom we had here, right? So that's PLS. PLSX on the other side, it's very, very bullish. Looks, the chart's beautiful. You have, pretty sure this was bullish dips. You can see the lower candle body close there. Let's look at the RSI. 37.77, 39. So strong bull divs here on the weekly. We have bull divs now on the daily, on the 3-day. Yeah, so from there to there, and then the daily, probably somewhere in here as well. Yeah, I mean, all the way from back there, we had bull divs. But we need a W, right? The Pulse X chart actually looks a little bit better with the price action. You can see we're starting to create that W. You just need the higher low. And once we can close above this level, that would be our first W that we've made in this whole downtrend. Probably, I mean, we had a little small one there. Yeah. The ratio between the two, it's going to be interesting. I haven't looked at this in a while. Starting to break down here. I mean, this could easily have been the top. You can see that's bearish divergence on the weekly time frame of this ratio, the ratio between PLS and PLSX. Now remember, when everybody is bullish on this, generally it's the top, right? And this is not where value is at. Value for this was down here. Cheers axis. Right? Value for this was down here. It gave you a beautiful entry. I mean, you could have just waited for the W to confirm. That would have been 64. Now, unfortunately, you would not have gotten your double just yet. So you can see the bearish divergence, which has now been confirmed on the daily from there to there, and then it has broken below. So this is now in the bearish control zone, right there. So, yeah. The thing is what happens next, right? Does PLS rally strongly, just leaving PLS behind? Or does PLS dump hard and PLSX outperforms to the downside? That is what happens. When it rallies to the upside, PLSX outperforms. So is it not going to outperform on this next rally? I don't know. So I've been playing with this scenario in my head for a long time. I don't know. I don't see how PLS outperforms it to the upside. But this chart does tell you that it's time for PLS to outperform PLSX. Just when everybody got bullish on it at the highs here. Right? What I'm doing is I'm just sitting in the PLSX farm. Right? Harvesting my rewards and compounding it back into the farm. But very, very toppy, very, very high on momentum. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Feels like PLSX just takes a 20% dump versus PLS. That could actually be just like silently underperforms PLS to this level here and then continues higher. With the RSI, gets nicely resets, makes an higher low, something like that, right? And then we can go higher. This doesn't mean it needs to do an 80% correction, right? It's just not valuable here versus PLS. I can't do a trade here. Like, you really need to wait for very, very low prices to be able to get a double off on this pair. Like, imagine you bought it at 27. I mean, 30 was the last time you really could have gotten a double. So anywhere below this price, and that's difficult buying, swapping PLS for these things at the bottom here. That's just how our emotions work, right? You see, now Deck Screener is giving me shiz again. just like last time. I mean, this looks nice. Hex here. Nice little W here. It'll be confirmed once it breaks above the 4986 area. I mean, zigzag, zigzag. What was that? 4381. That's actually a higher close. So the W breakout is actually here. Just to show you guys. No, it gets technical here. This was the bottom here. And I looked at that on the candle closes up here. Rallies, then makes a higher low here. And then consolidates a little bit more. But this tells us that this is the break of the W here at 48.28. And a very, very tight range. Like this is how markets bottom. They create these tight ranges at the bottom. And we're not moving down anymore. We started moving sideways at least. That's the 3-day telling us. Strong bull devs here, as this was a new low. Not only on the wick, but on the candlestick as well. But the momentum is higher. But this bull devs will only be confirmed once it breaks above 51.64, which can happen quickly, right? But it's going to need a strong rally out of here because it's going to hit his head against this and most likely form bearish divergence here. Right, it's going to look something like this. Then this makes a new high. That's bearish divergence there. That's why I say it's going to need a strong rally out of here. You know what I would love actually to see is just this and then a breakout instead of this quick consolidation. This will reset a nice base down here. Now my watch list is not, I've given up on shorting X. You know what I'm going to say is that's capitulation, right? 625, your stake's done. 6M to 5-year stakes done. Not quite sure what you mean with that, Mr. Crypto. When I swap ink into PLSX, does that contribute to the buy and burn on PLSX? If it routes through any of the PLSX pools, it is. And most of the volume is on PLSX, so just because you said that is I quickly want to look at the ratio between these two. That's going to be very, very interesting between PLS and PLSX. And I'll finish the stream after this because my internet is not playing along. Okay, let's look at it versus the ratio. Oh, wow. Look at that daily W. This is ink outperforming it, right? Because for one ink costs you 95,000 PLSX, which is $2, 100,000 PLSX. I mean, this is flirting to break out right now, and this shows another weakness. Yeah, ink is forecasting PLSX weakness. Yeah, beautiful oversold here, beautifully oversold here. This is even a log chart. My word. It is definitely breaking out, but it's not in value versus PLSX, right? It looks a lot like ink versus the USD. But look how oversold it got back here. You know what? We have to ignore this here, this daily W. But it does show outperformance for ink, at least in the short term. Right, look at that beautiful W at the bottom there. Like, it's not a guarantee that you will get these prices, right? The market doesn't owe you these prices, right? It can reverse right here. But the 61 just tells me it's 61% down from the highs. And unfortunately, I have to wait for that. Not unfortunately, but you get what I mean. I mean, because this has saved me many, many times before waiting for retracements. The issue is not with my method. The issue is, will the market give you these cheap prices? Very, very interesting. Yeah, looking at it zoomed out, it hasn't impressed me. On the daily, it's fine. It looks like it wants to reverse, at least show a little bit of strength here. Because that is a valid W breakout, and you never fade a W breakout. It's not broken out just yet. It needs a little bit of work, but it's showing strength here, especially with... You see, the W has already broken out on the RSI. The RSI kind of leads the price. Quick buy before Hans. No, I'm not buying this year. I'm not swapping my PLSX for PLS here or for Inc here. It needs to go a little bit lower. But once again, doesn't mean we do get it, right? I wonder if there's a Inc and Hex pair. No, it doesn't look like an A. Oh, here we go. Priced against Hex. It's a long way from breaking out, so you know what, we'd probably just chill somewhere here, and then finally Hex will show some strength down here. We're getting... Now I'm confusing myself with the ratios. Either way, this has been, I think it's been an hour and 30 minutes or an hour and 20 minutes, and my deck screener is not working with me, so I'll just end the stream here. I hope I learned you guys something, or you got some value out of this. Do like the video, subscribe if you are not subscribed just yet. It just bumps your own bags, right? Yeah, X is showing strength against Ink. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one, eh? Cheers for now, and please don't get wrecked. Play from a position of strength.